What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jurisco coming at you guys with another video, boys. And today, fellas, EA did just release everything about customization coming to Madden 22, all the player likeness, new gloves, new cleats, all that type of stuff. So let's go to hop into it. Now, if you guys have not already, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe, fellas. Doing those three things will go a long way, and I would highly appreciate it, fellas. And also, make sure you turn on that bell notification so you guys don't miss anything Madden 22. Alright, fellas, so now about to go hop into all this information that we did just get from EA themselves. Now, if you do want to look at this blog yourself, like I said, they did just drop this blog. It will be in the link in the description below. If you want to look at it yourselves, read it by yourselves, you can look at it in the description below. I do have a link to it. So also, with this blog, like I said, we're gonna be talking about all the player likeness, all the new gear, the new Nike stuff coming into the game and stuff like that. But also something that you do want to know is they're gonna be adding more stuff throughout the year. So like last year, they added mouthpieces all the way in like November, like the November time frame, October last year. So they're gonna be adding stuff throughout the year, the same like that this year. So let's just say that there's some gear or something that don't see in the game day one that you're like, okay, EA, where is this at? That can still come throughout the year. If your favorite player doesn't have a face scan, that can still come throughout the year. They're gonna be adding stuff all the way throughout the year. So they're always gonna be updating it with the title updates, and they're gonna be adding new gear, new face scans, all that type of stuff throughout the year. So keep that in mind. Do not be EA freaking sucks, oh my gosh, I hate this game, just because your favorite pair of Nike gloves or something like that isn't in the game. Relax, they're gonna add it, bro. Just chill out, bro, because they already said they're gonna be adding stuff throughout the year. And if they added mouthpieces mid-year of Madden 21, best believe they're gonna be adding a bunch this year. So definitely make sure to keep that in mind. All right, fellas, so now the first thing we are gonna talk about is player likeness, fellas. So this player likeness basically means that these players are gonna have actual face scans, so they look like their actual selves. So let's say Deebo Samuel, last year he did not have a face scan, so he had the generic 69 Madden face. He had some generic, and it wasn't his face though. It wasn't what he would actually look like in real life. So they did add a bunch of these into Madden 22. So we're gonna go over the whole list of players right here. So the first one we got Trevor Lawrence, we got Kyle Pitts, we have Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Jonathan Taylor, Blankenship from the Colts. We have Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Darnell Savage, Byron Murphy, Juan Thornhill, Matt Milano, James Robinson, Deontay Johnson, Cam Akers, Mark Andrews, Clyde Edwards, McCole Hardman, Max Crosby, Antonio Gibson, Darius Slayton, and Penei Sewell, and Micah Parsons. So these are gonna be all the players that are gonna have actual face skins, and they're gonna look like they're in real life players. They're in real life self. They're gonna look like their actual their actual self. So that, I feel like that's a huge W. They had a bunch of players on that list, and like I said, they're gonna be adding more throughout the year. So I really like that they added a bunch of these because they definitely needed this. They 100% needed this. So yeah, and hopefully they add like a bunch, maybe like 10 maybe each title update, maybe say like 10, because they definitely have like a long way to go with all these players, but this is definitely a good start at launch. All right, fellas, so now hop into customization and stuff like that. Next we do got, they do talk about there is 100, yes, there's over 100 new generic heads in the game. So how you'd have to pick a generic head for your created player, or you would see a generic Madden head for a player who doesn't have a player likeness. There's gonna be over 100 new ones in Madden 22. Yes, 100 new ones. And it's probably gonna be spread out against it's gonna be spread out against all like races. So it's not gonna be like a bunch of new African American ones, but no Hispanic ones. There's gonna be a bunch of new ones across all races from what it looks like. And they also did say that they spent some time making visual improvements to the past ones in past Maddens. So ones that you saw in the past, they're gonna look better in Madden 22 now, because we're gonna need updated, or just because it's next gen stuff like that. You're gonna see them looking better than how they would in the past. So these heads that's a huge thing. I love that they added a bunch of new ones, because they definitely needed to. For a good while they weren't changing it at all. They would always have the same amount of heads in the game, but now they add a bunch of new ones, and this is a huge W going forward. They needed to do. Also, regarding customization with your creative player and stuff like that, there are also a bunch of new hairstyles in the game. I know a lot lot of it has gotten leaked from the beta, because I know a bunch of people were posting videos from the beta, because if you played the beta, you did see all the new hairstyles and stuff. But if y'all have not, I'll put some pictures on the screen of the new hairstyles that are coming. They have the Kyler Murray setup, where you have a headband and like the long hair. They have a setup where it's like Devontae Adams with the headband and the dreads. You could go bald. You can do all types of stuff. You can have a bunch of different type of hairstyles in the game, because they added a lot, and I love that they added some to the game, because I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of dry last year. They didn't have a lot of hairstyles. They weren't really that crazy, but now they added a bunch of new ones, a lot of like different stuff with headbands and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a huge W, like just in this whole area for new heads and new hairstyles. They needed to do this. The fact that EA actually took effort and added a bunch of new stuff in this area, it like they needed to do that. Alright, fellas, so now also getting to the new helmets. This is another equipment thing. So the new helmets that we did get, well, not new helmets, but just new face masks and stuff like that. So we did get the Speed Flex 2-bar wide receiver, the Speed Flex Jewel, we got the Speed Flex Robot 808, we have the Speed Flex Robot Z, we have the Speed Flex Half Cage 2, we have the Revo Speed Robot Cage, and we have the Zenith Prow and the Vices Kicker. So that Zenith Prow is going to be insane. The Zenith Prow, they have a screenshot right here, and it's actually insane. This face mask looks really nice. And then the 2-bar wide receiver, that's a new one that they needed to add. That's a Stephon Diggs face mask. And then the Robot 808, that one is absolutely insane. I love that face mask. So yeah, these new face masks are a huge W. I feel like they could add some more. They definitely have somewhere that they can add. And I also saw I think they're missing like 2, I feel like, because I saw like 2 other ones in the beta that they're not talking about here. But yeah, we just gotta see once the game comes out. But they definitely have, they don't have that much long to go, because they have a good amount of face masks. They have most of the face masks in the game. But they may be like missing like 2 or 3. It's not that much, but for the most part, they have most of the face masks. So this is a huge W. And now, fellas, get into some more gear. This is gonna be all the new cleats and gloves coming into Madden 22. So these cleats and gloves, they were not in Madden 21 at all. So let's go and hop into it. We got the Nike Vapor Jet 6 gloves. That's a huge W. I love those. We have the Adidas updated Addy Zero gloves, the Adidas Freak gloves. We have the Adidas updated Addy Zero cleats, the Adidas updated free cleats, and then the Adidas nasty cleats. So those are gonna be all the new gloves and cleats at launch. But like I said earlier in the video, relax. If you don't see, the new Jordan gloves or something like that, they're gonna be updating this stuff throughout the year. They did it last year. They're gonna update throughout the year. We're gonna get more of this stuff as the year goes on. Maybe because maybe they got word of this information or word of these new gloves or cleats after their development cycle. So just wait and chill. They're gonna be adding this stuff throughout title updates throughout the year. Another thing that we did get gear wise, fellas, and this is gonna be a thing that I know a lot of people were asking for, is different color turf tape. So you know how last year you only be able to get white turf tape on your arm and stuff like that. Now it's being common in the NFL too. You could have black turf tape. You could have team color turf tape. You could have secondary color turf tape. You could have all that. You could have all that type of stuff. You could have let's say red turf tape on this arm and black turf tape on this arm. You can do that this year, and that's a huge W. I like that they adding that customization, because it's starting to be a thing in the NFL, and they're basically just hopping on that train before it really gets rolling. Because Odell Beckham does it. A lot of players are starting to do it, so I love that they're adding this. I love that because they definitely need to do this before it just started taking over. And now, fellas, the last 2 things I want to talk about with gear slash customization is going to be socks. With socks, they did say even if a player, even if a team, let's say their uniform has the striped socks. Last year, if a team has striped socks, you weren't able to see, you wouldn't be able to change the sock length on that. But now in Madden 22, you're gonna be able to change that sock length still. So we do have a picture right here on the screen, and you're gonna be able to change the sock length even if the team has striped uniforms like the Bills, the Chiefs, people like that. You're gonna be able to change it still, which is a huge W. I do like that. And then also just another thing about mouthpieces. Even though mouthpieces did get added this year for Madden 22, they said basically that the secondary and primary team colors will be supported for all modes for both NFL players and creative players. So I guess last year that wasn't a thing. I didn't really notice that as being a thing, but I guess I guess they need to change that to where, you know, in Madden 22 you're able to do that. So I don't really understand that, but that is a change that they do say on here. I don't know if y'all you know, experienced that or not. But yeah, that's basically gonna be everything new equipment slash customization wise. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about all this in the comments below. W or L, did they add a lot, did they add a little bit? Y'all let me know how y'all feel. What else would y'all like to see in the future? Would y'all like to see, you know, more armbands on the arm, or towels behind the back, stuff like that? Let me know what else y'all would want to see. And also, fellas, one last thing that they do say on this blog is that they are adding visors. You know, let's say like the smoke visors, the dark visors. They're also gonna have the Oakley like visor tabs on it too. We do have some pictures right here on the screen. It looks really nice. So this is like also one last like minor thing that they are changing for day one of Madden 22. And this is a huge, I like it. I really do like it. It looks really nice. But alright guys, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, peace.